Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. It's Susan, and welcome to my Wednesday Facebook Live. So, today I'm talking about judgment, and it's such an interesting topic. Sometimes there's this concept in therapy that's called transference, where we pick up the stuff that energy from people. And so I'm picking up a lot of energy just from this topic. Just thinking about judging myself about whether I know the topic enough to even tell you about it, because it's so subliminal judgment. So it's hard to tell, like, am I judging somebody or am I feeling judged? And in my group last night, we were talking about how much energy judging and feeling judged takes up in our minds, like how much energy all these negative emotions take up. So when I think about judgment, sometimes we're judging people because we don't really understand them and we don't really have the same values of that as them, and we feel slightly threatened. So the way that we try to get a grasp on, okay, how do we relate to this person? It's so much easier to feel like we can put ourselves above them and judge them, right? So it's a tricky place to get out of when you're judging somebody. And sometimes it's important to watch, like, is the judgment coming up as a way of helping you feel better about yourself and helping you feel like you can justify something, or just be in an interaction that you don't feel like you're one down. So it's really important to note that. And in the reverse, if you are feeling judged, is that truly, truly happening, or is it just a story that you're telling yourself? So you're walking into a scenario or a conversation or an interaction with somebody feeling judged. And we all know what it feels like to have that story about ourselves. And that story can become real. So if we're walking into a scenario feeling judged, we're probably going to act insecure, and we're probably going to act like people are talking about us and feeling uncomfortable and self-conscious. So notice that sometimes the stories we tell ourselves about that we are being judged really affects how we show up. So it's kind of that saying, like, if you're doubting yourself, then you're going to see doubt all around. If you're judging yourself, you're going to see evidence of judgment all around. It kind of creates this paranoia. So how can we live in another place? And sometimes judgment is truly, truly happening. Like, we are definitely being judged. And we walk into a group of people, and we're definitely not feeling like warm and cozy that people are accepting us. And so it's really important to notice the effect of that on yourself, and to do a reality check. The way I do a transfer reality check when I'm feeling transference from somebody, even from this subject of judgment, I'm like, is it really true that I feel this way about myself in other situations? And then how come I always feel this way when I'm around this person, or where I'm with this group of people or in this gathering? And so we have to really watch what scenarios we put ourselves into that are helpful and positive for us. Because if we're in places where we are judged, then it can be really detrimental to our self-growth and our happiness. So how do we do it? How do we know whether we're judging, whether we're being judged, whether we have a story going on about our judgment? How do we live in a different place? So there's 2 points that I want you to keep track of. And one is, what matters to you? What really matters to you? And to be clear about that in situations that you're walking into. So if you're feeling like you're judging someone, does it really matter to you that opinion that you have about that person, or that thing that they did that bothered you? And if it does, then maybe there's a different way that you can talk about it, and a different time that's more helpful. Remember, timing, tone, and intention is my 3 things around communication. If it's really important to you and you want to be close to that person and understand them, then maybe it's something you can talk about later and watch that feeling of judgment rise in you. If it really matters, right? Or if it's something that you can shake off. And if you're judging someone and that's affecting your happiness, that's also something to really, really watch. And reverse in yourself, if you're feeling judged, does that thought of judgment really matter? Or is it something, the story that's perpetuating in you, that's actually dragging you down that day? And to take note of that, cue into that, and figure out how you're going to attend to your own happiness or attend to the positive, beautiful things around you. That's so easy to say, right? To attend to the positive, beautiful things around you. And it's so, so hard to do when we get into these really negative mindsets. And judgment is a negative mindset, either if you're doing it or you're feeling judged or you're judging yourself. So attending to what matters to you, your happiness, what beautiful things are around you, and the evidence of positivity in your life. That's a daily practice. And there's many ways to do that, to step out of judgment and into being present. And so some of the things to think about are to really ground yourself, to be completely in the present. I talk a lot about this in my Monday meditation, different ways to meditate, to be present, to ground yourself, to be in the moment, different techniques of sound meditation, breathing meditations, different ways to reset yourself. So the biggest part of resetting yourself is catching yourself in the negativity. So judgment. I hope that you're considering that word and that topic in your life and seeing if you can remember the things that pull you out of that negativity and into actually just participating in the world, in your world, in the way that makes you feel healthier and happier and emotionally more stable. So that's my thoughts for you today on judgment. I hope you're having a good Wednesday, and I so look forward to talking to you next week. And if you have any comments about this, please let me know. I'd love to read them. And take care and bye for now.